Hi, welcome back to another one of my videos. I think I might finally have got this right, this lighting right, but let's not count the chickens. Okay, today I'm going to be taking a step back, a bit back in time if you like, back to our Procoils. If you can see that, there you go, the Procoils that fit in tanks like our MIDI, our Mini and our Naturevape Mega. They're a mouth to lung coil. There's still a big crowd out there that like mouth to lung. Not everyone likes direct lung sub-ohm tanks. Some people just want to emulate, or simulate rather than emulate, simulate smoking a cigarette. Same sort of little bit of back pressure, should we say, off the drip tip. Back pressure, is that right? Resistance, that's the word, resistance off the drip tip. So those people have kind of got overlooked a little bit. We've moved on so quick. We're all, we're vaping at the minute. It's the latest and great, well, I say latest and greatest, it's the latest one that I'm using. But I still do like this, and I still, if I'm going out somewhere, and I think people will get offended if I blow plumes of vapour, and I think it's more socially acceptable to have a quiet little vape, perhaps sneak on a corridor and think, oh, I'll just have a quick puff. This is far better to take than something like that, so I still try and be considerate to other people. So let's have a little vape on my MIDI. Still gives a good vape. It's you have to, for me anyway, I normally vape with 4 milligram strength now. I have to just up it to 8 milligram when I'm mouth to lung, otherwise it doesn't quite give me what I want. But other than that, it's a really satisfying vape, and mouth to lung, as I say, has been overlooked. It is important in my eyes, and it's still a nice way of vaping. One more go. This is a bumped it up. I'm normally about 10 watts, but I've bumped that up to 12 watts, 4.07 volts. The coil is a 1.38 ohm coil. Now I've had this coil in here for 2-3 months, something like that, and I'm going to rebuild it today. It's going to be gunky. I know it's going to be gunky. I've used it a lot. I've re-wicked it in that time, but it is going to be gunky. So I'm going to show everyone how to re-wick these coils, because as I say, people are buying them. The odd person's come back to me and said, you really ought to show us how to do these coils. We don't know, there's no instructions. Fair comment. That's what this video is all about for you. One more vape. Not bad. You can actually do a direct lung off this. It's tight, but you can. Not really what it's intended for. Okay, so we'll put the camera down and I'll show everyone how to re-wick this coil properly. Okay, let's take the tank off the battery mod for a minute. Now we'll just turn it upside down. And I will just have to then lay that tank to one side. Ooh, it's not the biggest of drip tips on there, is it? Hopefully that will stay. Okay, unscrew the coil from the base, lay that to one side. Now you can see it's really gunky and old. Hope you can see this, or if I haven't got this lighting right, there'll be trouble. What I normally do, let's just break that top off, show you. You can see the coil in there is pretty nasty, pretty gunky. Okay, what I normally do is I just run it under a tap actually, but I haven't got a tap here. So what I'm going to do is just show you the same thing. If you just rinse the wick, it will come out so much easier. So let's take that off again now, and just let's move that to one side and just show you how this wick should, and if you're careful, just pull out. Now you can see the state of that wick. Just lay it on my finger there so you can see it. There we are. It's pretty old, pretty manky, and the coil is as well. So we'll put that to one side. Get a bit of tissue. Just dry that slightly. Okay, and what we need to do now is just dry burn this coil. Just pulse it to get rid of all that mess and gunk off there. So we put the chimney back. Let's just wipe that inside of that as well. Call it a job. Right. Put that back in there. Now I'm going to try and show you this. There'll be a bit of blowing and be a bit damp as well to start with, but I'm going to try and show you what I mean. You just gently pulse it, slowly, and you can see it now. Here it comes. If you hold it on too hard, you will burn the rubber. It's just gentle pulses like that, and you should now see that that coil is getting a lot cleaner. Pulse it gently till you think you've got rid of it. When it stops smoking and making a mess. Now I'm just going to blow this off camera. 1 second. There will be some little bits on top which you can just blow off. Okay, so that's now pretty nicely cleaned up. So let's put the chimney back in again. Take that off there. The easiest way to take that chimney off, as you probably just saw, is you don't try and pull it, just break it like you're breaking a biscuit. Okay, now let's re-wick it. To re-wick, I always put on my blue gloves. Today won't be any exception. If you don't put the gloves on, you will get the taste of whatever's on your fingers, and that could just be soap on your fingers. I'm not implying anyone's unclean. But it does come through on the wick if you've got anything on your fingers at all. So that's my gloves on. Piece of cotton. Now I tend to, you get supplied one of these pieces of cotton with the coil. I tend to just want to take that top piece off. Do the same with this side. Then you get the nice fluffy stuff underneath. There we are. Take that off there. Now it's quite a thin coil, so you only want about that much. I would say that'll be absolutely ample for this. Okay, now just roll it gently, not too tight. Some people try and roll it too tight. The rule of thumb is if you get, if your coil is, just pull that off the end there. If the coil is what we call overrunning, so you let go of the fire button and it's still making a noise, that basically means you've got the cotton too tight. If it starts fizzing and popping at you, now just thread that like a needle, then you've got it too loose. Okay, you just want a little bit of resistance, not too much. That could actually have been a bit tighter than that, but it's okay. There's a little bit tighter bit there. Now put the chimney back on, turn it this way, and then I'm trying to get it so you can see it. Looking at the camera, just cut off that shoulder there. Turn it round and cut off that shoulder there. Okay, so there's your newly wicked coil. I know there's breaking this chimney off time and time again, I know, but now we just want to prime it. I'm using my raspberry twist. That's a very high VG content liquid, and this coil will keep up with that. Now you just want to run it across the top. Okay. If you heard that, that's my dog talking. Obviously he's got an opinion. Put that back in the base. Put the base back on the tank. And that's it. You've just re-wicked your Naturevape coil. Okay, let's put it on a battery, and then we'll go up the top in a minute. Right, we'll just take that up the top now, do some primer puffs, and not too many, and then get going. Right, welcome back. I haven't done any, I don't edit my videos. I might sometimes get things a bit wrong, but I just think people can see it how they should be, and you can re-wick them with me, etc. So a couple of primer puffs. That should be fine. Right, 12 watts, here we go. Take a minute or two to really soak into that coil. Notice there wasn't a lot of vapour there then. Getting more vapour, certainly getting nicer flavour than I had before I re-wicked the coil. That's much better. That's basically all there is to it. The reason we've been so successful, I think, with these coils, you've probably heard by now, the only thing that gets hot is the coil. The legs of the coil, I'll hold the fingers up, the legs of the coil are a non-resistance wire. The coil itself is a resistance wire. So the only thing getting hot is that coil, which all the energy goes to where the wick is. So that's the sort of, it's not a secret, that's the sort of the physics, if you like, of the coil, and that's why, in a lot of people's opinion and mine, it works so well. So we'll have one more vape together, and we'll call that a day. Lovely. Okay, thanks for watching. I hope I've covered everything. If I haven't, please write a comment underneath the video. I will answer you. I'm just trying to think if I have missed it. I don't think I have. I think that's covered it all. Thanks for watching. Enjoy your coils. Mark from Naturevape. Bye bye.